Uranus, the planet of freedom and revolution in astrology. Hello and welcome to the Astrology of Scholars channel. Today we'll be talking about one of the most eccentric, extraordinary, and shocking planets in the sky, Uranus. A genius, a revolutionary, and a true hero of freedom. The astrological foundations of Uranus. In modern astrology, Uranus is considered the ruler of Aquarius and the 11th house. It is debilitated in Leo, its opposite sign. Physically, it is associated with the nervous system, tension, release of pressure, rhythm, and electrical energy. To describe Uranus's energy, just a few words are enough. Sudden change, revolution, rebellion, technology, freedom, uniqueness, eccentricity, and independence. Uranus was discovered by Wilhelm Herschel on March 13, 1781, and takes about 84 years to complete one orbit around the zodiac, spending an average of 7 years in each sign. Uranus and the astrological revolution. Classical astrology only included planets visible to the naked eye. Visibility was equivalent to validity, but Uranus shattered that system. Suddenly, planets we couldn't see but could feel the effects of were now acknowledged. The discovery of Uranus was the first step beyond the boundaries of the classical system. It's the planet that cuts through the limits set by Saturn, breaking patterns and rewriting rules. In this sense, Uranus isn't just a celestial body, but a true revolution in consciousness. Uranus in history. Let's look at the time Uranus was discovered, 1781. The American War of Independence, 1789, the French Revolution. So while Uranus was emerging, the world was vibrating with themes of freedom, equality, and brotherhood. This is no coincidence. Uranus symbolizes collective awakening and the pursuit of individual freedom. Uranus and electrical energy. Uranus's energy is like electricity, sudden, shocking, sharp, and stimulating. Wherever Uranus appears in your chart, it marks the area of unexpected change in your life. It pushes you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes it shakes you, but always to evolve you into a more authentic version of yourself.
Uranus and consciousness. The core principle of Uranus is to individuate and break free from the known. While Saturn guards traditions and structures, Uranus smashes them like a rebel. It rejects identities imposed by society, family, or culture. It seeks to dismantle current systems and replace them with something new and radical. That's why Uranus is the planet of science, innovation, invention, originality, and technological breakthroughs. What is true freedom? When we say Uranus is the planet of freedom, there's something important to remember. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. True freedom is expressing your individuality and staying loyal to your inner truth. It's not about being different for the sake of it. It's about being different because that's who you truly are. Uranus and generations. Uranus belongs to the category of generational planets, alongside Neptune and Pluto. Since it stays in one sign for years, it leaves a collective imprint on those born during its transit. For instance, people born with Uranus in Sagittarius tend to be freer thinkers, while those born with Uranus in Capricorn may challenge systems more directly. So Uranus doesn't just shape individuals, it revolutionizes entire generations. The mental antenna of Uranus. Uranus acts like an invisible antenna connected to what we call the higher mind. Sometimes, a person may act on sudden flashes of insight, as if struck by lightning, but this can go to extremes. When Uranus is blocked or misused, it may manifest as anarchy, restlessness, eccentricity, weirdness, perversion, and an endless need for change. The shadow side of Uranus. A constant desire for change, impatience, and anxiety. I'm different from all of you. Obsession. Extreme individualism and fear of belonging. Chaotic rebellion and purposeless separations. Meaningless eccentricity in the name of rejecting norms. These shadows come from misunderstanding freedom without self-awareness. Uranus symbolism and historical reflections. Uranus is one of the first modern planets discovered in the sky. When Wilhelm Herschel observed it through a telescope in 1781, it marked a turning point in astrology. It proved that the cosmos wasn't limited to what the naked eye could see. But Uranus wasn't just revolutionary in astronomy. It reshaped the symbolism and meaning of astrology. In fact, during its discovery, anti-astrology movements claimed astrology is dead. Ironically, Uranus, being the planet of disruption, breathed new life into astrology itself. Some astrologers were so captivated by Uranus's energy that they declared it the ruler of Aquarius. And this alignment couldn't be more perfect. Both Uranus and Aquarius represent rebellion, innovation, and mental freedom. In a natal chart, Uranus often points to where you break away from the system, where you rebel or innovate. It's associated with sudden changes, eccentric behavior, and even actions that seem illogical, but signal a higher awareness. Through Uranus, we discover the value of chaos, the lessons of mistakes, and the genius within unpredictability. Its astrological symbol also reflects this. The central circle represents the soul. The vertical line above is the higher mind or consciousness. The side curves resemble antennas, symbolizing the transmission of information from the individual to the collective and back. Wrestling, mythological and cultural connections. The name Uranus comes from Greek mythology. Uranus was the god of the sky, eventually overthrown by Kronos, Saturn. This myth mirrors Uranus's astrological role, challenging the authority of Saturn and breaking the established order. Interestingly, some researchers also link Uranus to the Sumerian god An, who similarly faded into the background after passing on his powers. Just like Uranus, often hidden, yet deeply influential. As Astroflek, known for work, modern interpretations of Uranus. Perhaps Uranus's greatest gift is this. It showed us that astrology isn't just about personal traits, it's about collective evolution. While skeptics shouted, "Astrology is dead," Uranus quietly expanded its boundaries, because real insight often comes not from the center, but from the edge. Uranus whispers, "True knowledge comes from the unexpected, and real transformation begins where comfort ends." Closing, Uranus teaches us this. Freedom begins in the mind. Then it breaks systems. And finally, it gives birth to a new consciousness. It's the planet of sudden events, shocking transformations, and inner revolutions, all with one goal: to help us become more original and free. If this video helped you better understand Uranus, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Astrology of Scholars. In the next episode, we'll dive into the misty waters of Neptune. Until then, stay curious, stay bold, and, as Uranus says, don't be afraid to be different. Be the one who shakes the system.